Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back once again to Gran Turismo 7 with this absolute beast, the Audi Quattro Pikes Peak S1.
Dat maakt ze zo
I'm here today to tell you just why this free car is one of the best cars within Gran Turismo 7. Whilst a lot of cars kind of come in and out of favour, the likes of the Tomahawk becomes good for only a couple of updates, this car has quietly been chugging along in the background as one of the most consistent and usable cars in the game. Now, it is actually currently in the legendary dealership at 2.3 million credits, and it's only going up as you can see by the indicator. But in all honesty, ignore that. You can get this car for free. All you need to do, I believe, is complete one of the later cafe menus. So if you've only just picked up the game, don't go ahead and waste your credits on getting this car or buying it, because you will get it further down the line of your cafe menu experience. Trust me, just wait it out, this thing's fantastic. Now, if you've never joined me for a car review, this is how it's going to work, and well, for my more regular viewers, this is going to work a little bit different as well for you guys. So with this being a Pikes Peak car, a dirt car, a Group B legend overall, I'm actually going to do a bit of a different review. So we're obviously going to take it around our Nordschleife hot lap. This is where we get the car in its bog standard form, no upgrades, and basically in the form that you're going to get it or receive it in when you actually get the car for free, or you go ahead and purchase another. I don't know why you would, but you know, some people just do that. Then what we're going to do is head over to Sardinia Windmills to do a dirt track test, and well, this car will be setting the pace there for any upcoming Group B classed cars within Gran Turismo 7. Again, in its standard form, no tuning, no upgrades, just dirt tyres, and we will absolutely floor it. Now, at the start of the video, you may have heard me say that this is one of the most consistent cars in the entire game, and well, I absolutely mean that. Where a lot of cars kind of are either, you know, let's say slow burners, so something like the Alpine race car from the 60s, again, wasn't too popular when the game released, but all of a sudden, in around about May or June of 2022, that car became the absolute go-to for many people at Tokyo and has kind of faded away. With the likes of the Audi Quattro Pikes Peak S1, this thing just kind of chugs away in the background as a consistently good car, no matter what physics update we're on, no matter what time in the game you kind of pick this car up in or actually get it for free. Yeah, in all honesty, it's just a fantastic car and it's consistently good. And what makes it so good is actually its 700 pp form. Once this car kind of got out there and we got the whole Le Mans 30 minutes event, this thing just became one of the absolute go-tos, and it's always been that way. It's insanely quick when tuned correctly. It has a great overall 700 pp setup, and again, that setup has just consistently chugged along in the game's life cycle for almost a year and a half. This is a day one car that has just never fell out of favor, no matter the physics, no matter the differences in PP when, you know, Polyphony go ahead and kind of change it up. You just slightly change this thing and it's still very, very consistent, very, very fast, insanely fuel efficient, and well, it sounds absolutely brilliant. This is one of the most consistently good cars in Gran Turismo 7, and on top of that, not only is it free and you will get this just for progressing the game, it is just overall a fantastically amazing car to be built. And to be quite honest, this thing has probably earned me just on its own back over 20 million credits over this year and a half, and it could have easily earned me more if I just wanted to go and rinse and repeat with the same car over and over again. This is a very, very good car, and I fully recommend just looking out there. To be honest, the build I've got for it's pretty much outdated at this point, and I don't really have the effort to go back, but if you look around, there is probably an updated 700 build for this one, and I fully recommend that you just get that done and just enjoy this car. Obviously, it's a 5-cylinder turbo. It's one of the most iconic dirt racers of all time. You know, the Quattro brand really kind of revolutionized the four-wheel drive in rallying, and well, it's no different here with probably its most extreme version, the Pikes Peak S1 with its insane aero, its insane look, and that insane 5-cylinder turbo sound that is just synonymous with Audis of the time, and even further, you know, a few years later with the likes of the touring cars and such. It's just a brilliant overall car, and it really does have no downsides. Now, the only realistic downsides that I'm going to say, if I'm just being a bit nitpicky, is that, look, this is a dirt racer. Essentially, it has plenty of lean. Once you accelerate, which is insanely aggressive in this thing, it's going to just lean all the way back and feel like it's popping a wheelie. Once you hit the brakes, that front end is going to massively dip down. But again, look, once you get this thing tuned correctly, it's basically going to turn it into a full-blown road racer, although, you know, naturally this thing is a dirt racer. But that's just me being extremely nitpicky, to be quite honest, mainly because I can't tune the cars for these reviews, but I do have a good idea of this car over time. Like I said, I've been using it for almost 18 months at this point. It's never been a bad car. If anything, it's just always quietly been chugging in the background, and you'll hear people recommend all sorts of different cars, but this thing just seems to just be there no matter what update you're on. And it's quite a, you know, a lot of the same with a lot of the dirt cars, but there is just something special about the Quattro. Maybe it's the sound, maybe it's the absolute brutal acceleration, but overall this is just one of the most fantastic cars in the game. And the fact that you get it for free, and it's one of the most iconic, I guess, Group B era cars of the time, it's just absolutely brilliant. There's no bad words to say about this thing. If you do want to go fully extreme and get all of the, you know, upgrades on this thing, to be quite honest, you're probably in for one of the most terrifying rides of your life. You know, it really does live up to that kind of, I guess, sort of brutal Group B, what they're kind of known for. It really will live up to that at that point. You know, the sense of speed really comes in with this thing. Like I said, it's got that insane lean. If you do want to tune it, you can get it a lot more stable. But to be honest, what adds to the personality is just how up and down this thing is. It really does feel like a massive rocket ship that you kind of just buckled into from the 80s, with its brutal sound, its brutal acceleration. Now, the only real kind of, I guess, downside to it is its top speed, but that is literally it. When you tune it properly, it's going to be an absolute monster. So let's have a look at our, you know, bog standard road going version of it. It sits at 676.35 pp on racing hard tires, and it did a 7 minutes 1.381. So overall, a very, very good time for a dirt racer, beating the likes of a Nissan GT-R Nismo 17 and just slightly being a bit slower than a Group 4 rocket ship, the Alfa Romeo 155 V6, which I think we all know is one of the better Group 4 cars in the game. Now let's head over to the dirt track and see just how good this thing is, well, on the dirt. So this car will be setting the pace for everything else to come, and as you can see, the dirt physics in GT7, look, they're not the best. But if you do want to go ahead and throw a car around the dirt, you can do a lot worse than the Audi. Again, I can't tune the car. It's got to sit in its bog standard form. You know, I cannot go ahead and tune the suspension and stuff. More than likely, you guys will be able to do that, and you can probably set it up to be much quicker on both road and dirt, even without any kind of major upgrades or anything like that. But overall, I still felt comfortable behind the wheel of a type of racing I just don't do much in Gran Turismo 7. Now, originally we did have the Celica set in the dirt lap times over at Fisherman's Ranch, but that was pre-physics update, and well, I thought, do you know what, we started the Nordschleife leaderboard again. I'm going to start a brand new dirt lap time leaderboard, and well, we're going to have probably the most iconic Group B car of all time, setting the pace and really kind of paving the way for anything else that comes to GT7 in the future, or any of the other Group B legends that I fancy testing along the way. So there we go, all over the jumps, all over the dirt, an absolute rocket ship of a car. I really cannot complain. It actually felt very, very comfortable to drive on the dirt. So we're going to go ahead and check out the pace that the Audi Quattro sets for the rest of the Group B cars for the rest of Gran Turismo 7's life cycle, and it's going to be a 118.336 with a PP rating of 604.59 on its dirt tyres. And well, yeah, this was an absolute blast. Loved my time with this car, and well, it's definitely one of the better cars in the game, and it's absolutely free to every single player. There is no requirements. All you've got to do is just chug your way through the cafe menus and you will receive this thing. You don't need to go and pay all that money to have an absolute blast in one of the most legendary cars of all time in motorsport. I fully recommend just getting this car, playing around with it, and trust me, you'll probably fall in love with it like a lot of us did, especially when the game first released. So that's going to be it from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you don't miss an upload from me. I upload GT7 content each and every day, and I will be covering everything to do with update 1.36 coming on Monday, August the 7th of 2023. Don't forget to check out Wraith. I've got some free samples to give you. The link will be down in the description below, as well as my Twitter, my Discord if you want to join in, just have a chat with me or meet some like-minded people. I will have that down below, as well as my donation link and my Patreon if you do want to support the channel between uploads. Big thank you to all of my channel members. To all of these guys have just absolutely helped the channel out between uploads. It keeps me going, keeps me motivated, so massive thank you to these guys. I will see you later on. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Take care. Peace.